Excuse me. I mean,
Maybelline says hi.
who says hi?
Maybelline.
Maybelline. Oh, I have one someplace, but I think mine went to take a nap because I feel I don't need the other cat when I have you. I have my real Miss Felina Katz, and I'm Granny Tino. And so, Felina, why are we here today?
We have some movies to review.
Yes, we do. And it's for Netflix. So, first of all, let's start off with showing everyone. Let's sit back and show them our new t shirts. You know, we love to promote ourselves. So, you see, we've got Granny Tino and Miss Felina Katz right here on our chest. See? Whoa, right, yeah, right there. So, we're in the biz now. We have matching t shirts. And we want to let you know that we know how to give good Netflix reviews. Okay. So, I know you give good Netflix, Felina. So we're going to let you go first today. And now, why don't you review the movie Sightless for us?
Ooh,
All
okay.
about that. So, what do you think is going on with Sightless?
Okay. Well, this really young violinist loses her eyesight in a violent accident by an unknown assailant. The lead character is Ellen Petch. Her name is Ellen, but she's played by Madeline Petch. And also, she had her violin stolen at the time, which was worth over $500,000.
That's a lot of moolah for a violino.
Yeah, custom violin. So Ellen's brother, who is on business in Japan, he hires a caretaker named Clayton and rents a safe apartment for her to recuperate. Clayton, the caretaker, arrives to help her ease the transition and to adjust to being sightless. So,
Ooh.
yeah, it's kind of sad, but he's really good looking. Not that she can see.
Yeah, she can't tell. Oh, you're
No.
cool.
Anyway, life for Ellen is filled with bad dreams and flashbacks of the attack. Also, she seems very, very lonely and distraught because she's unable to reach any of her friends or family somehow. But she
Wow.
starts to adjust to her surroundings and discovers that a neighbor in the adjoining apartment is crying. So Ellen kind of assumes that she's living with an abusive husband. Who knows? Ellen writes the neighbor a note. How? Is she writing while blind?
I know. Go figure that one out.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's just totally amazing.
The woman is talented.
A little bit too weirdly talented. So I don't know how that's possible, but Lana, the neighbor, gets the note and comes to Ellen's apartment. And they have like a little odd conversation. She's asking kind of weird stuff about her eyes. And Ellen starts getting a little, testy about it. And, she just didn't like it. So finally, Clayton comes over one night and admits to Ellen that he has feelings for her and he can no longer work for her anymore. He still
Oh.
comes back to give her some kind of dinner, and her flashbacks seem to become stronger and stronger, and it's with a heightened sense of paranoia. Well, the ending is really suspenseful, but there are certain inconsistencies that I wouldn't have expected to be possible,
Mm.
given the situation with Ellen's being blind, her sightlessness. So I enjoyed the suspense and the whole way it was going, but I thought it fell pretty short because of the inconsistencies in a few places. So I would give it a solid to cattails.
Oh, wow. No kidding. I
Um,
don't think you have any taste. I like what's going on with Felina? She can't judge a movie any more than she does her cats. I just don't know. Let's let's hear what Granny Tino has to say about this shit. Yeah, hold on to your hold on to your pussy. You're good at that. let's hear another review from an older woman with more perspective on abusive men living next door. In fact, abusive men living in the next room. Okay, so if you okay, this is what I'm saying. You know, you could listen to us both and take us all with a grain of salt, but you know, we all what I've learned is movies are subjective, but this is my take. If you enjoy thriller horror movies, you could do worse than to watch Sightless. When the talented violinist Ellen Ashland, played by actress Madeleine Pesch, is that the right way? Is attacked in a parking garage. Did I pronounce it the right way, Sam?
I'm not sure. I'd say pitch.
Yeah, go look it up, people. We're not your dictionaries. Okay.
Yeah.
She's attacked in a parking garage, and this is not a good thing. And this guy throws a chemical in her face, and she, like Sam said, or Felina said, she's left blinded. So that's the opening scene. So I like the opening scene of this movie because you see the character falling off the balcony. So it's like, oh, they're telling the ending of the movie first. So I'm not giving anything away because when you watch the movie, that's what you'll see. And so you assume it's suicide, and it pulls you into the sense of knowing the ultimate ending to the story. Now, a good story can make you forget it. So your job is to watch this movie and see if it succeeds. We go backwards and see her agony when she awakens. You know, you can imagine what that's like. Waking up, you can't see what the heck is going on. And so she's unfamiliar in her surroundings, but this guy that Felina was talking about, Clayton, he is her actual caregiver. I think Felina forgot to mention that. So he's taking care of her. And she has to depend on him. And first, she takes him at his word because what choice does she have? She's in an apartment and he's helping her navigate back into the world because she can't see anymore, you know. Um, but with the passing of time, her hearing really gets better and her other senses kick in. And this is when it gets interesting. So after meeting her neighbor Lana, that as Felina said, she leaves a note on the door and the neighbor comes over and they get to know more about each other. So let's just say there are a lot of twists and turns in this one. And you kind of have to, you know, figure things out. But it's good to have a suspension of belief that I don't think Felina does. You know, so, and I do. I have more of a suspension of disbelief. That's why I'm a little bit more lenient with the way I look at movies. So I did enjoy the movie. And that's what I, you know, so what I'm going to do is I give this actually a 4 finger because I think if you like horror tales, I think, like I said, you could see something worse. So there you go, Felina. You gave it 2 tails, and I gave it 4 fingers.
Well,
And
I like the suspense a lot, but it just sort of didn't really kick in until like close to the end where it got that suspenseful. So there was a lot of things about it that just didn't quite work. That's all. Yeah.
see, to me, everything worked because, like I said, I just suspended. It's got to be for me. It's got to be really pretty bad because I put myself into the character's frame of mind, and I just thought that with what was happening, you know, because I always figure you're a little thrown off when you're going from a sightseeing person to a sightless. But I was really fascinated by the way that they showed how she adapts with her hearing and everything. They really took you through that process so you could see how she evolved and was really able to figure out what was going on because of that. So
Yeah.
those are our reviews about that. Now we saw another movie,
Mhm.
and so this movie, I'll read mine first because I let the kitty cat go first. So now I'm going to read this one, and then we'll argue about that for a while. But this Netflix movie review is for Penguin Bloom. Now, I just let me read it and then I'll give my 2 cents. Penguin Bloom is just about the best movie I've seen on Netflix this year. That's my opinion about Penguin Bloom. Now, the story is about a real life woman named Sam Bloom, who, while vacationing with her family in Thailand, has a horrific experience when she falls off of the balcony and ends on tiles like 40 feet down because the railing completely collapses. Now, Naomi Watts is the perfect actress to play this role as she takes us through the experience of a once active woman who was a surfer and an adventurer and a mom, and whose life changes in a heartbeat, leaving her paralyzed from the chest down. And actor Andrew Lincoln plays the touching role of Sam's husband perfectly as well. They were an amazing couple. Like that shirt, girl. Um, as it turns out, Naomi and Andrew worked closely with the real life couple that this movie is about. And the movie was actually filmed in the house of the real people. And that's what I always find so interesting when they combine those things. So, you're seeing a movie, but you're seeing an account of the real life events. Now, as for the bird penguin, I think he stole the show, understandably, and reminds us that the power of love in any form surely can transfer lives, and that's amazing. I would really suggest that anyone who is selective about the movies they watch choose this film as their next number one pick. And yes, that's good. This is the kind of story we need right now, heartwarming. And it takes us through the entire scale of human emotions, which I find I really enjoy that. You just go through all the emotions with this couple and their children and the journey of the family. And it left me feeling inspired to know that love, perseverance, and hope can bring a true a phoenix out of the ashes. Now, this, of course, there's no other choice but to give this a five-finger review, a five-hand review. And so, Sam, I just love this movie, and I don't know, and I've other people I know have watched it too. But we'll talk about that after you read your report. So, you give us your take on Penguin in Bloom.
Okay.
Put me down.
All right. Kitty sits down. Well, I actually did like it. Prefer thriller, suspense things, but this was very interesting. This film is a family drama based on a true story. Sam Bloom, the lead character, played by Naomi Watts, excellent job of acting in this one, like amazing. She has a tragic accident while on vacation with the family, and it leaves her paralyzed. Her husband, Cameron, played by Andrew Lincoln, is now the sole caretaker for both Sam and the rest of the family. While she was usually taking care of the family, now he has to do everything. So before the accident, Sam was a physically active person and very involved with daily care of her family. She becomes increasingly frustrated and depressed, being unable to do um, anything, just the simplest thing like sitting up or getting out of bed, and having to rely on her husband for all of her basic necessities. So she's really kind of freaking out about it. The family finds an injured magpie and brings the bird home to help heal and recuperate. At first, Sam was not very happy about the idea and did not want the bird to stay in the home, but she began to interact with the bird and slowly came around. Um, so the family decided to name the bird Penguin because it was black and white. Reluctantly, Sam begins to form a bond with the penguin, with Penguin, as the bird becomes an integral part of their lives. Sam realizes that Penguin has brought inspiration not only to her, but to the whole family as well. So that's how the bird ended up interacting with everybody so much that it was just part of the family. And the bird knew it. So, yeah, it was really one of the best parts of the film. And I thought that the cinematography was just absolutely amazing in Australia.
It really was beautiful. I agree.
That with those locations, that was just breathtaking. And the acting, of course, was really amazing and excellent. And I agree with you that it should win an Oscar or something. It's just fantastic. It could have been maybe a little shorter is my only, thought, because it went on a lot. But I give it
The
a
woman
score.
had to tell her story, for heaven's sake, Sam.
She did. It was a lot of
Felina.
screaming. Felina, yes. Meow. Well, I give it a solid 4.5 cattails.
What does it take for you to give a 5? Name a movie off the top of your head that you would give a 5 to, a past movie, right now.
Well, the Christmas Chronicles, too.
Did you give a 5 to that?
Yeah.
I can't remember everything. Okay. I'm just, because, well, I'm glad you did, because seriously, if you had not given this a 5, I would have sent a doctor over to your home to give
Really?
you a mental quiz or test, because it would mean there was something wrong with your brain. You are only a cat. Isn't that what I always say? You're just a cat. Well, and I do agree with Sam. We've got our hand here that certainly would be one, seriously, that we're going to see nominated for the Oscars, because they did such an outstanding job. That it's an amazing, beautiful story. And it's always hard to know that really happened to a person. But as I had said, it's just amazing to know what they overcame. So that's really an uplifting movie, ultimately, that I would suggest everybody see. So I think that's it with our movie reviews. And we hope that you enjoy them. And we kind of know what we're talking about most of the time, but you check it out yourself, because it's subjective, but you do know definitely that Penguins Bloom is something to see. So I'm going to end this now. Now, Felina, do you want to leave any thoughts with people about what they should do this next time till they see us again?
Oh, what they should do, they should go and subscribe to the Laughter Talks channel and like.
I like the way you think. And Felina, Miss Felina Katz is absolutely right. Please subscribe to our Laughter Talk station, because we want to get sponsors, and if you like it and people subscribe, we can do that. So you'll become a premier viewer. It makes you special, and we want everybody to be special. Okay.
Yeah, and then you can come and play with us.
Yes, come play with us, especially that one. She really loves to be played with. I love you, Felina. It's all said and fun. Everybody, take care. We'll see you next time.